can't say the same about Najee Harris. Let's talk about Najee Harris for a second. Justin Fields scores 2 touchdowns. This is Najee Harris's best matchup of probably of the season. And Najee Harris just lets us down. 10 fantasy points, 13 carries for 19 yards for Najee Harris. I mean, now, he did have 3 catches, 54 yards on 6 targets, so he ends up getting us 10.3 fantasy points, but yeah, I'm a little concerned about Najee Harris. Many people don't have him as their RB2 though. He's probably RB3, RB4, but yeah, super big letdown. Looking at Najee's schedule going forward, he does get Dallas, who is banged up right now, so that should be a pretty decent matchup for Najee. Las Vegas Raiders, they're middle of the pack run defense, and then they get the New York Jets, who just gave up 70 something yards to Javonte Williams, who has been a shell of himself this season, probably his best day of the year. So yeah, I mean the schedule's not terrible for Najee, but we also looked at this matchup today as an amazing spot for Najee Harris. Now he did come into the week with a shoulder injury, but yeah, I mean, Najee Harris is a big letdown right now in fantasy football. I wouldn't say we're panicking on him because most people don't have high draft capital into Najee Harris. You're probably holding him until Jalen Warren comes back, and maybe he has a nice game before Jalen Warren comes back, and you can sell him at a high. But yeah, I mean, if there's an owner that's open to trading you anything decent for Najee Harris, I would 100% be willing to do that at this point in time. I would even possibly entertain a Bucky Irving for Najee Harris swap if somebody's willing to do that. At this point in time, Bucky Irving's getting enough exposure in social media and just in fantasy circles that I don't know how much people are going to want to move Bucky Irving for a guy like Najee Harris. Justin Fields is going to be a problem. Still 2 rushing touchdowns at the goal line. And I mean, 1.5 yards per carry for Najee is just not going to get it done. So that is something to consider if you get a decent offer. Maybe you ship off Najee for Bucky Irving at this point. I would be okay with that.